Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is September the 25th, 2018. Strong hand, offended by selling. Personal responsibility is a new counterculture. Unconfiscatable. This game is not rigged. That's Bitcoin. All right, people, check out the links below. You can get cool t-shirts like this. You can get your Trezor, Ledger Nano, everything. There are affiliate links below. And disruptmeister.com. You can watch all my old shows, watch yesterday's show. I've done over 1,000 shows, close to 1,100 cryptocurrency shows. Yeah, check them out. Hoffman line strong. And yes, tomorrow, perhaps I'll be talking about the Hoffman line with Andy Hoffman at noon Eastern time on the World Crypto Network. He's got me on his show. So tune into that at noon Eastern time on Wednesday. Andy Hoffman and I we always have a good time talking about, who knows, maybe there'll be some B-rhodium talk. I think there will be. But there'll be all sorts of good talk going on here. Yesterday, I was talking about, I was trying to think of the word critical thinking. I couldn't come up with the word critical. You need to have critical thinking skills if you're going to be watching a show like this, okay? You just can't sit there like you're watching some mindless sitcom on ABC with your tongues. No. This is not a trance show. You gotta think. You gotta think when you watch. This is for the 20%ers. 20%ers know critical thinking and long-term thinking. So here is a simple test for you to take, for you to know that you control your Bitcoin, that it's your Bitcoin. This is a tweet from Data Veteran. Is that his name? Yeah, Data Veteran. You can follow me on Twitter at TechBalt, TechBalt. I've been tweeting out some nice things lately, today, etc. Well, this dude has to say, if you need to log in, it's not your Bitcoin. Now, I stress the word need there. If you need to log in, it's not your Bitcoin. But some people are going to say, well, I have to log into my Trezor. No, you don't have to log into your Trezor to access your Bitcoin. Your recovery seed, that's your private key, basically, okay? So you got that. You don't need to log in to get that big. You can take a sledgehammer to your Trezor and destroy it. You won't be able to log in anymore, but you'll still have that private key. It is your Bitcoin. So, when you're logging into Coinbase, you'll quickly be reminded, no, it's not your Bitcoin. Because in order to access your Bitcoin on Coinbase, you have to log into Coinbase. There's no other way. And since you need to log in, it's not your Bitcoin. That's a good tweet. Retweet it. All right. JW Weatherman, who will probably be on This Week in Bitcoin show on Friday with me, he has a tweet out there. Bitcoin is going to change so many games. It's going to reduce censorship that many don't even know exists. It's going to open up new business models never possible before, which will bring a new renaissance of creativity to the world. It's also going to stabilize things. Now, that last one, it's going to stabilize things. I don't know. I think if you look at it in one way, it probably will, but it's probably going to shake a lot of things up. It's going to stabilize things for the 20%ers who opt out of this freaking 80%er world. How about that? Yes. If you're in the Bitcoin overlay, yeah, Bitcoin is going to stabilize things for you, definitely. If you don't care about it, if you gain the ability through Bitcoin to not care what anybody says about you, what you did back in 1982, or no one can bring out, you can't lose your wealth. You can't lose your job. You don't need to worry about losing a job. Then yeah, Bitcoin will stabilize things quite a bit. But I will say this, the reason I mentioned this tweet is because it's going to reduce censorship that many don't even know exists. It just a line like that makes me think about how there's, with the internet solved so many issues, brought so many things into perspective that we were not aware of before the internet, in the 60s or 50s. And I think there's just so much unexplored territory that Bitcoin is going to open up. And our eyes are going to be open to a lot of things we did not realize before. And I think this tweet has that tone to it. So that's, I think people who are longtime watchers of the show know that that's my mindset. I always think that the future is so bright in there because I'm a veteran of life. I've seen how, I remember when I was a youth and there was no such thing as social media and how one couldn't even fathom that. And now it's just all over the place. It's just a common fact of life. And that's what the future brings with, so many aspects of life, but in terms of Bitcoin, it's so early on and so young that, we're about to see so many things we cannot even dream of right now. So stuff like that, that kind of, when people talk in that type of tone, it is awesome. I think it's a very positive thing. And I think everyone should try to go toward that mindset instead of like worrying about at the end of the world or very scary scenarios that are, be in motion, creativity. That's those statements that I was saying before about a bright future that we can't even predict. That's creativity and being in motion. And that's what I love about this world. And that's what I love about Bitcoin. So pound that freaking like button if you are a positive long-term thinker, baby. So here's some more bullish crypto news, not noise. A guy, what is this, NT Money? He says, recently visited South Korea and Japan to spend time with crypto communities there. Here are some notes from my trip. Well, his notes were like in PDF form. I couldn't copy them. So you'll just have to check out his tweet. It's linked to below. Everything I talk about in this video is linked to below. But it was good for cryptocurrency. Still in Asia, again, I've said this before, what's going on in Asia is different than what's going on in North America and the English-speaking world and Europe. The people there are they're into it. They want to make money. They want to go from middle class to upper class. And so I think some of them are willing to take some unnecessary risks. They're still into the ICO thing. Check out what this dude has to say. It's just another friendly reminder that, no matter what we want or no matter what we think, there's going to be people in faraway nations in completely different cultures who are going to have a say in the Bitcoin community, in the crypto community. And again, for the people who are like, well, Bcash is dead. Well, do you know what they think about Bcash in Asia? They think totally differently of it. So, we can say our absolutes here in North America, and I'm in Santiago, Chile right now. But when I say, that's obviously where I'm from, we can say our absolutes in North America and be, we quickly find out that no, it's not quite such an absolute truth in Asia or Africa or also wherever. So that guy's tweet is another reminder of that, and he shows us some proof he was there. That's the thing, guys, and that's a problem with a lot of these news sites. They'll write a story about a place where the author has never even been before, or they'll just repeat some third-hand story they have. They don't even, some of these news sites, they don't even bother to contact a dude in Venezuela when you can get a guy like Gabriel in Venezuela or Maximo in Venezuela to talk very easily, get them on your show very easily, which I do. And that is why the This Week in Bitcoin show is the best freaking show out there in the entire cryptocurrency space, is because I can bring you the best guest out there. Anyone could do it. It's so freaking easy. I email Caitlin Long. She comes on the darn show. I email Gabriel in Venezuela. He comes on the darn. I email people in India. They come on the darn show. It's that simple. But most people are not in motion. They would rather just go, repeat some rumor they heard or, come to some conclusion about some country they have never even been to and have never met anyone from. So, a lot of these, I tell you stories from when I was in Korea, when I was in Australia, when I was in New Zealand, when I was in South Africa and Zimbabwe. That's what you need. I mean, that's what I like about this channel. And baby, best channel in the space, no doubt about it. You got it. Hey, man, you got to promote yourself. You got to be proud of what you're doing, man. I'm doing this darn thing every day. I love it. If I didn't love it, I wouldn't be doing it every day, and I wouldn't be traveling around this entire planet. And it is great. It's great to meet real people, that are into this crypto Bitcoin thing all over the place. So yeah, this week at Bitcoin show, without a doubt, best freaking guest in the darn space. So check that out, JW Weatherman, who I know you all love, and he'll be on the show on Friday. I'm working on 2 other people also, but it's hard to get 3. It's hard to get the 3 exact guests you want at the same time. Now, when I had Caitlin and Andy Hoffman and Farzam on my show at the same time, that's exactly who I wanted. That combo I knew was going to be the perfect combo, and it was probably the best This Week in Bitcoin show that's ever been. I mean, people told me that. And again, watch the show. Actually, you can go to Caitlin Long's feed, and she still has it pinned as her top tweet. That show was so freaking good. And I'm saying it was so freaking good is because you learn stuff, okay? It's not a bunch of like strippers, taking their clothes off and you drooling and you just becoming more and more mindless and becoming more and more of an 80%er. You're actually freaking learning stuff if you got the critical thinking gears going in your head and you're not putzing around looking at some mindless chat or something like that, or half, I can't say that word, half paying attention. Again, and you can choose to be an 80%er and not pay attention and not try to learn and just, see if I look pretty today or something like that. And, I can't use that word either. All right. So pound that freaking like button. Where was I going? So speaking though of, the mindlessness that's out there, that, the 80%ers are, most of the news you hear, so-called news you hear about crypto, it's going to be 80%er stuff, just like clickbait, ridiculous, get people to have weak hands stuff. Okay. What I have here, I don't have a clickbait titles. My titles are freaking terrible. They just tell you what's in the darn show. They're pretty boring. But I'm here to strengthen your freaking hands. Okay. As I know, in the long run, the more strong hands we have, the better. Now, this is nonsense, but Bloomberg puts out this weak thing to get people to have weak hands, whether they're doing it on purpose or not, I don't know. But it's freaking clickbait, and it's fake news, and it's all cyclical with this Mt. Gox stuff. I have said this a million times. You say the word Mt. Gox, some big media conglomerate says that, and it's the same reaction. People sell, people panic, people are like, oh no, it's back again, it's not over. And so here's the Bloomberg fake news Mt. Gox, which is so, and when you think it's over, when you think you've heard the last of the Mt. Gox FUD, it comes out again. I mean, it's now in the Northern Hemisphere, it is the fall of 2018, and they're still bringing up, summer is over, and they're still bringing up Mt. Gox stuff. So here it is. And again, the Bloomberg people have the best freaking Twitter handle for crypto in the world. It's just crypto. And they're putting out, so when they put something out like this, people take it as the gospel truth. I mean, they've got a pretty, fancy set and graphics type of Twitter handle there. Crypto. I mean, you can't beat that. I mean, they probably had to pay a lot of money for that darn thing. And anyway, so what is this? And the 80%ers are falling for this. So Tokyo Whale sells $230 million of Bitcoin in Mt. Gox wind down. The trustee liquidating cryptocurrencies on behalf of the defunct exchange Mt. Gox offloads another $230 million of Bitcoin and Bcash. They use the other word for Bcash, the other 2 words. The point is their title, their Twitter title also, it's not even true. That didn't just happen. They didn't just sell another $230 million of cryptocurrency. That didn't just happen. In the story, they sort of mentioned that, since a certain day back in the winter, and again, it happened back then, they sold a lot of their Bitcoin and Bcash. I mean, so what? It happened month. This is it's old news that they make seem new news, and thus it's fake news. And You got to be able to tune out this crypto noise because it is just crypto noise. And the Mt. Gox flavor of crypto noise is one that people just love. They love, and people, the 80%ers fall for it. I mean, I'm sure in like 3 months, some Ripple head will be like, "Whoa, remember, you guys just sold Bitcoin, just sold all that Mt. Gox Bitcoin, so it's, you know, the price, it's so unstable." You know, some complete nonsense based on this headline. I mean, it doesn't. And that you have to be able to tune out this crypto noise. So me putting it out there just makes you more immune to this stuff, saying, you know what? This sounds completely like I know this isn't true because I remember back in March, this happened in March. You have to be up to date on the news so you don't fall for this kind of stuff. Now, there's some people that are like, this is market manipulation by Bloomberg. You know, it's just ignorance and clickbait, people. That's all it is. They don't get this. This person who wrote the article or Bloomberg, they don't hold a lot of Bitcoin. They don't hold a lot of this. It doesn't matter for them. They want people to click on their link. They want to be known in the space. They know if they get it wrong, that the 80%ers will still think they got it right. Okay. So this type of thing actually works quite well for them. Again, we the responsible people out there have to call it for what it is. It's fake news, it's clickbait, and just be educated and be able to discern what is nonsense and what is the real thing, okay? And a lot of the time you get tricked because there's a lot of fancy set or 80%ers, not you, 80%ers get tricked and fooled because they got all sorts of fancy set and graphics and gimmicks and half-naked women telling them that, you know, what the news is, and they totally fall for it. And that's the way of life. And I think it sounds like there's frustration in my voice. I shouldn't be frustrated. And I mean, I've been alive for quite some time, and that's just the way of the world. The 80%ers are going to do what 80%ers are going to do. Most of the stuff that gets thrown in your face is going to be 80%er type of stuff that appeals to them. That appeals to the lowest common denominator out there. You know, you just got to be able to have a strong hand, be civilized. Self-discipline is freedom. Long-term thinking, people, strong hand. All right, enough of that. That's just the latest. And here, the great Vention MGTOW sends $5. Strippers. Did someone say strippers? Thank you for the $5, Vention MGTOW. You see, he doesn't fall for that stuff. Trust me, man. You send a bunch of strippers to his place up in Washington, and they're like, "Come on, Vention, give me the Trezor." You'll see what Vention pulls out. And it's not going to be his Trezor, and it's not going to be what's below his pants. It's something that he sometimes keeps on his desk during some of his videos. He'll flash that friend of his, and the ladies will quickly leave. So, and I don't recommend doing that. And I was vague about what that is, but if Vention knows what I'm talking about, and people who watch his videos will know what I'm talking about. He's no joker. He's not going to fall for that nonsense, and he knows how to protect himself in more ways than one. So, and legally. So, and where are we here? And so I see, and there's a new site called cryptoinsider.com. It looks like a complete competitor to CoinDesk. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. If they can be better than CoinDesk is better than Bloomberg, I'll say that. But again, CoinDesk should be a lot better than Bloomberg. They're supposed to be focusing on the crypto space. Here, these cryptoinsider.com, they're new. I recommend to them just listen to the last 5 minutes of the show where I'm ripping on Bloomberg. And, you guys, it appears you're going to be trying hard to be a news source that doesn't go for this clickbait nonsense and actually researches stories. I mean, you could never get this one wrong. I mean, no cryptocurrency focused site could have put out a title like Bloomberg did. I mean, there's no excuse for that. So good luck to cryptoinsider.com. I link to them below. So Coinbase sent me an email, and it says, "Time for a crypto checkup with Coinbase. Time for a crypto checkup with checkup. Check prices, review your portfolio, and set up a reoccurring buy with Coinbase." And then there's a button that you can click on in the email that says, "Check my portfolio." So here, I mean, Coinbase is getting very I mean, they are encouraging diversification for the sake of diversification, and they're proud of it. I mean, it's their business. They've got more than one coin there. So I go on. 3, that was they're using portfolio. Oh God, crypto. I don't like that. For me, because people, what's your portfolio, Adam? It's Bitcoin, for God's sakes. I mean, there's no. But anyway, 3, because if I start to say I've got a crypto portfolio, people will interpret it to me like, oh yeah, I should have 5th tier, 6th tier, 8th tier coins to divert. No, don't even try it, dude. But anyway, 3 reasons to sign into Coinbase. I mean, so maybe they detected I haven't signed into my Coinbase account. Maybe that's why I'm getting this email. Did all you get this letter who have done business with Coinbase in the past? Anyway, because I have not logged into my Coinbase account for a while. 3 reasons to sign into your Coinbase. Set up a reoccurring monthly buy. Well, yeah, they want that. Trust me. They want you to do that, and then you just forget about it. But that's not bad, though, because if you keep on getting Bitcoin every month, that's great. And then it says, set up. View prices of the top 50 currencies. Oh, God. So, again, you can tell what direction they're going to go in eventually. One day, you'll probably be able to buy the top 50 currencies there. See prices. All right. Buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and more. Well, they only said those 3. I mean, and they also sell Bcash and Ethereum Classic, but I guess they didn't want to confuse people. But there you go. For you, the people who are wondering what's going on the corporate side of crypto, because I mean, Coinbase provides. I mean, it's definitely a legitimate service. I mean, it's an easy way for Americans to buy. Again, it's not anonymous, but it's an easy way for Americans to buy Bitcoin. But you can see the direction they're going in, and that's they can do that. But I just wanted to share that with all of you, that little insight into the more corporate blockchain-y side of things. All right, so sometimes, you do, in the land of Twitter, you can learn a lot. There are a lot of good feeds out there. And even if you're a Bitcoin maximalist or whatever you want to, if you only hold Bitcoin, there are top tier altcoins. I have said this before, ones that are going to survive, ones that have interesting gimmicks or that have strengths in certain areas. Like, again, Monero is obviously quite private. Dash is the market. I mean, they are good at marketing. And we're not going to get into the argument of, all the Dash stuff right now, but they are a top tier altcoin. There's no doubt about it. They're very well known because they're marketing. So Bitcoin people, since Bitcoin has no marketing team, can learn from Dash people. So there is a guy out there who's got a great feed anyway, George Donnelly. And I had mentioned him before, and I linked to his Twitter feed. And just what I say is just check out George's feed. He is a tremendous Dash fan, to say the least. He's in Colombia, South America, in Medellin, I believe. And if you just look at his feed, you can see some of these things that the Dash people are up to. And some of it's interesting, how they fund their projects. I mean, the most interesting thing to me is that how they're focused on South America and getting Dash to be spent in South America. Just getting it into people's hands and then getting them to spend it and getting businesses to accept it. Okay. And George has totally admitted that, the Dash people will only have success if people spend it. If it's, it's easy, and many, right now, many different businesses, I mean, a tremendous amount of businesses are going to have to accept it, and it's going to have to be easy, and they're not there yet. And he admits that, the only way it's going to be big is that. So, I mean, it's interesting to see his feed and to see, if they're making progress on that. Everyone knows my opinion about cryptocurrency and holding Bitcoin, and I'm offended by selling Bitcoin. So, I mean, if you've got Dash, then I guess spend it. I would turn into Bitcoin, of course. All right. So, but George is an interesting fellow, and again, his Twitter feed is good for not only Dash news, or getting an insight into what's going on in Dash, but he's a libertarian kind of dude. All right. What is this? Oh, yeah. So I'm in motion. Obviously, I know I'm going to be here in San Diego until November the 20th, until Thanksgiving in the United States. After that, I don't know where I'm going yet. There is one place I might be going in the United States. But here's the thing. Email me at adam@tresorhelp.com if you've got a suggestion on where Adam should go after Thanksgiving. It can be anywhere in the world that is warm. It cannot be cold there now. It cannot be cold. I'm not going to Alberta. I could go there during the summer, but again, this is why I think you should visit this area. So I've been thinking about going back to, Greece. Now there's parts of Greece that are comfortable during this type of time of year, November, December. This will be like where I'm going to be in December and January, or December. Just say December. So I'm thinking that Greece came to mind. I do want to go to Australia in 2019. Maybe I'll go back earlier. What else do I have written down? I'd be willing possibly to go in the United States, possibly, especially if I have to go to someplace in December, which, again, I might have news on that soon. So, again, if you got, there are always people saying, come visit my town, Adam. Well, yeah, here's your chance to, again, if you're in a place where it is not freezing in December, again, I'm not going to Scandinavia or any place like Southern Hemisphere. Come on, people. Let's get some suggestions out there. And they're here. So be in motion. I'm constantly in motion. I shouldn't be the only one traveling around too. Everyone should be visiting Australia and Greece and wherever else. So what else do we have here? Oh yeah, yesterday I talked about realized capitalization as a measurement. The great Nick Carter brought this up. You should watch yesterday's video. But below, and in yesterday's video, I added this afterwards. I linked to his great slides from his great presentation about this. So it's linked to below. Check out, scroll through all the slides. You can learn a lot about why the way CoinMarketCap measures things with market capitalization is not the best. Market cap for freaking these altcoins is ridiculous. Actually, he's got a much better metric. So check that out. Finally, that I tried to mess around with DLive today. I can't log into DLive the way I previously did through Steemit, which they said I would be able to do. Now, at the same time, so, hey, if I can't log into DLive with my Steemit account like I was before, then yeah, my relationship with them is over. I'm not going to just, I don't have the time or the patience to set up a whole new thing with them when I already had the darn thing set up correctly. So maybe there's maybe they just have some issues over there right now. They're going through a transition to their new coin or whatever. And also at Steemit today, Steemit's been having some issues. This is not live on Steemit right now because it wouldn't let me post it on Steemit. Because they're upgrading the blockchain, they said. I believe they're having a fork. I don't know the whole Steem. They're having a hard fork of Steem number 20 or something like that. Whatever. They did warn us on Steemit that the site might be having some glitches, and clearly they are. So in the perfect world, right after this show, I'll be able to post this show, and the people at DLive will also get back to me and say, oh, yes, we're just having some glitches. You're still able to log on with your Steemit account, and we will transition you to the new way of doing things at DLive. So, again, Adam@TresorHelp.com. Pound that like button. You can get a crypto consultation, help setting up your Trezor. Email me there. Click on the squares at the end of this show to see my old shows. Bang that bell button if you need an update of when I go live. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video. Do check out the notes section below. I will say hello to you guys in the chat. Bye-bye.